Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is the part 2. If you were on my live the other day, you would have just been like, girl, what are we doing? It was just too much. It just wasn't happening that day. So we're going to get super glowy skin again today, but we're going to do it in a much more constructive way. I'm still going to do the same process because it's still the best process and it's still going to give you the best results. So this probably shouldn't take very long, but first what I did was I primed and moisturized my face with the Aven Sickle Fate. Also, the last video, the main thing was the freaking lights. The light, I just couldn't deal with it. Yeah, so I had really, really bad lighting. And yeah, we're gonna fix that today. Okay, so I know a lot of people too are saying people that only use concealer are using concealer as foundation, and that's kind of accurate, but I mean, still you're just spot concealing. So I'm taking my concealer and I'm just spot concealing in the areas that I kind of want to stretch my concealer. All right, so I'm not putting it everywhere, but I am going to take my little Shiseido brush. I'm just going to start blending that in. So you don't need coverage everywhere for super glowy skin. You should already have like a bit of sheen on your skin from your skin prep. Now, if you have a full skincare routine that you like to do before your makeup, definitely do that because that's going to give you, I mean, the most amazing results. I don't like to do too much before I do my makeup skincare wise because I think it makes my oily skin just like very oily. And I think it makes my makeup kind of look a bit more heavy, if that makes sense. My skin just doesn't need a lot, truthfully. And if I put on a lot of skincare in the daytime, it just doesn't end up looking as good. So I'm not going to do that. And today I did my eyes first before I came on here with you guys so you wouldn't have to sit there through my brow saga, which is still going crazy. I don't know why this brow just doesn't want to behave itself. But God, it's annoying. I know, what a problem to have. An annoying eyebrow. You know, gotta count those blessings. So I used the Clinique concealer like I always do. This is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer. I use the shade CN40 Cream Chamois. So this is going to be the most natural, most beautiful glowy skin. Get some of that right around here. And you know what? I'm also going to take a little bit of my concealer and I'm just going to go here as well. Kind of blend out those sides. That gives you the best kind of blend in your eyeshadow. Just take your little concealer brush, whatever you have left on it, just kind of go right where you want to blend it. Should be good to go. You know, I want to leave a lot of shadow under my eye. So I'm going here on top of my cheekbone, right where my eye socket kind of starts to go in. Okay, and that's where I'm going to conceal because that's where I'll have a natural shadow to my skin. To my eye, to my skin. Okay. Great, perfect. I'll blend it in. I think I'm just gonna do this one more time. Sometimes I can't see because these lights are just crazy. Okay, then again, taking my favorite product ever. This is a bronzer, so it is warm. Contour sometimes is going to be a little bit more gray, a little bit more cool toned. I know for myself that I like something that looks warmer. I like to look bronzed. I like to look more bronzy than I do contoured. And because I have more of an oblong face, which means my face is longer than it is wide, I don't want to make my face look skinnier. I don't want to make it look slimmer. What I want is actually to add volume. So I want to create a lot of volume in my face and just make my face kind of look a little bit more youthful, a little bit more rounded, not so angular and long, oblong, so long. Okay. With using all of these cream products like I'm showing you now, you just end up having a really beautiful kind of three-dimensional glow. So your skin looks nice and shiny, but it doesn't look oily. And the great thing about looking shiny is that your skin kind of gets hit with the light wherever you go. So you look very radiant, you look very youthful, very hydrated, very healthy, which I think is kind of the upside from wearing something that's a bit more matte. Okay. I always kind of go like above my cheekbone here, a little bit onto my temple, but into my hairline. And you can put bronzer, cream, bronzer, contour, whatever it is, anywhere. You can put it on your eyelids, which I normally do, but I have eyeshadow on already. You can put it on your nose, on your chin, wherever the sun would naturally hit you. Okay, I want to make sure that this is nice and blended in. This looks just fabulous. Look, I have a sheen here. Here, I have some sheen here on my forehead, and I don't even have any concealer or foundation on my forehead. And if you have a little blemish, don't worry about it. Just keep going on with your regular routine. Worry about kind of like the blemishes and the things that you really can't cover for last, because you don't want to continuously try to cover something and then kind of just have that, all of that pigment in one area, and then you might have to put more pigment and more coverage on another area of your face when you actually don't need it, just to kind of balance yourself out. So just make sure you know that you're just picking your battles. You know, you might not need to cover anything. Just go, you know, with not a lot of coverage at all. So just be wary when you're putting a lot of coverage on your face, when you're trying to do like a really nice glowy makeup. Okay, this is one of my favorite blushes. This is Sassy Pants from Alley Oop. I think this is a very cute little idea. You kind of get like your blush, your bronzer, and your highlight all in one. Super cute, but I actually really like the color. So I'm going to put my blush here under my eye. And what that's going to do is kind of pull my eye out a little bit. Because I have deep set eyes, I want to add volume where I have a hollow area, which is under my eyes, maybe here at my temple. So anywhere you feel like you want to add volume, go ahead and just place your blush in those areas. I don't necessarily like to put blush on the apples of my cheeks because I just think it's outdated. I think it doesn't do anything for anybody's face shape. I think it's just kind of like blah. So what I do is I actually just gauge from, if there was 2 fingers from my nose, and then I start my blush this way, working out and working up, so that kind of lifts your face up a little bit. And also you can use just your eye as a guide. So you can say like, okay, I'm gonna start here, and I'm not gonna go any further in, and just pull up. I don't really have like apples to my cheeks because most of my face is on this side. I have a very oblong face, so it's very long and very skinny. And if you want to put a little bit of blush kind of just here on your forehead where it looks like you would have a natural flush, so it looks like you've actually been out in the sun. Again, if I didn't have eyeshadow on already, I would put this on top of my eye just to give me like a little extra pop, to kind of melt your face products into your eye products as well, because it all looks like one. It looks like everything is very cohesive, like it's all supposed to be there. I can never tell if I have the same amount of blush on one side, so I just keep kind of pressing it in until I feel like it looks good. Okay, and then now you're seeing again, we have this beautiful glow. It goes straight from our eyebrow, right on top of our cheekbone. We have that great supermodel C. It brings light to the face. It also doesn't make your entire face shiny, just the top points, the areas where the sun and like the light would naturally hit you. So you just look really glowy, but very natural. Like you didn't try to be glowy, you didn't add a ton of products, you don't even have highlighter on, but you just radiate. You know, your skin is just so healthy. If only. Oh, and then what I'm going to do is just do a little highlighting, but now with a lighter concealer, okay? So I'm going to place that in my darkest areas here, and I want to do it here. This will give you a little bit more of kind of a made up look, in my opinion, because it brings that light straight to your face. Straight to the center, which is what I like. So I like the center of my face to be kind of bare with color, but to really look bright. So I just conceal more here. Go on top of your nose, the bridge of your nose if you like. Just here, kind of in the corner. Here too. I hope this kind of makes it a little bit more simple than my last video, because it really is. I mean, getting glowy, beautiful skin is so easy. Anybody can do it, any skin type can do it. So just be aware of that, you know, don't get too intimidated by having glowy skin. Cover that up. And then I think for this look, I kind of want to go a little bit more taupey, kind of with my eyes. I don't want it to look so warm. Not really feeling the warm today. Hi, Albie. Thank you so much. So I'm going to take it. Just my eyeshadow here. Just kind of blend a little bit. I think this is going to help me with my future look. And I don't have any concealer or anything on my eye. Just placing that all over. I do like that better. I think it's gonna help. I agree. I think it's so hard to find colors that aren't warm. And I think when you do wear cooler tones, it's almost more, it doesn't make you look as muddy, if that makes sense. And I think a cooler tone is actually really flattering on all eye colors, and sometimes a warm tone isn't as flattering. I still like something that is bronzy, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it when it turns orange, which sometimes it can absolutely look, especially in lights, like a light like this, or if you have synthetic lighting, like if you work in an office. I think outside it looks beautiful, and in natural light it looks amazing. What do we think? Is that better? a little bit more cool. This is just my concealer brush. But I do want to make sure that I'm pulling out whatever eyeshadow I have kind of into my temple, because I want it to look like it just kind of blends straight into my bronzer and my blush. And I'll do a little bit under here too. Give it that nice blend. I think that looks okay. Okay. You know, I've never tried, is it called Refer brushes? Refi? The brush company that you were talking about? I've never tried them. Yes, I have never tried them. Refer. Yes. I really, really need to. I think it's a great brand from what I've seen. It'd be very exciting to try them, yes. I have a lot of Sephora collection brushes. I have a lot of Shiseido brushes, which I highly, highly recommend. Makeup Forever brushes, absolutely recommend. Lots of, but still, I mean, my Sephora collection brushes from many years ago, they're still absolutely like brand new. Handle's dirty, but that's it. So highly recommend that too. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more color on my cheeks. I'm actually going to use a powder. So even though this is a glowy skin tutorial, this is still just going to be something that sometimes I like to do. Doesn't take away the shine, but gives you just that little bit of color. Still gonna put a little bit under my eye and a little bit here on my forehead. I don't tend to use as much powder bronzer on my face as I do on my eyes. And like I said, you still get that beautiful glow, but it kind of breaks up that glow just a little bit so you don't end up looking oily. I know a lot of my oily skin people can understand my pain when I say you definitely don't want to look oily. Definitely don't want to look oily. We just want to glow. And then I take my concealer brush again. I just kind of go underneath my cheekbone. And then now you can add a lip. Add all of your other things to it. I'll just throw on a little MAC. This is Cream in Your Coffee. And I love using this as a blush as well. I have extremely thin lips. I think thin maybe is the wrong word. They're very small. So my mouth is just very small. So normally I am using a lip liner, but sometimes if it's just a casual look like this, I don't mind not using one and just kind of giving my lips some subtle color. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Albie. So this is really what the look is like. Like I said, you have a ton. Oh, yes, I understand what you're saying. But that's good because that means you have a beautiful smile. And a wide smile, like a straight across smile, is means that you can trust that person. So yeah, you have a very trustworthy smile, I'm sure. So yes, this look, like I said, it's definitely from something from the other day, but it's very easy to achieve, very easy to get that glow. I didn't use one single highlighter. It's just something that you can get from using tons of cream products and having a good skincare in place. Like I said, the only skincare that I used beforehand was the Avène Cicaphate. This is a moisturizer, but it's more of a restorative, hydrating moisturizer, so it clings to the skin and it just goes and you're able to just get tons of hydration from it, and it makes your foundation or your concealer and all of your other products just really kind of melt into the skin and look much more like skin, much more natural. You must, Albie, try some more cream products because they're so good. Like I said, what you missed maybe is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, this bronzer, and the Alley Oop. It's cute. You can use other things though, like my other favorite cream blush that you can see me use in all my other videos is the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge in Pale Pink. This is my favorite cream blush. I wear it every single day. So yeah, another great cream blush, the MAC Glow Play Blush in Blush Please. This is like a natural looking color, but it's like a cloud almost, if that makes sense. It's like a putty. So tons of radiance, but it kind of has that cream to powder finish. I like that. Very easy to use. Okay, guys. I love that MAC. Yes, it is so beautiful, and they have tons of different colors, which I love too. Okay, guys, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions for me, make sure that you just leave it in a comment. I'll be happy to answer it for you. Again, thanks for being here, and if you have not, please like this video and subscribe. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you again.